Hola, clase. All right, today we are going to look at page 232 in the textbook, and this is the last lesson of grammar for this chapter. And these happen to be more verbs with irregular preterite stems. Yay! Because we just can't get enough of those. Okay, so basically, I'm just going to go through page 232 with you. So, in English Grammar Connection, if you think about it, yeah, Spanish has a lot of exceptions to the rules, and it's kind of annoying to have to learn all these irregulars. But if you think about English for a minute and think about how one verb in the present tense sounds very different from its past tense, then maybe you won't go, oh, Spanish, because English is just as hard, if not harder. Well, the English Grammar Connection says that in English, many times there is not a standard past tense used with certain verbs. So the verb to bring, hey, did you bring your famous tuna casserole? Sure, yeah, I brought it. Well, what? Where do we get brought from? Because typically in English, the past tense is just an ed added to the end of the verb, right? But if you said I bringed it, then people know you don't know English very well. How about the verb, um, yeah, to sing? Did you sing your song? Yeah, I sang it, right? So what we're trying to say is that we have irregular verbs in English as well. Okay, so try not to feel too bad about the Spanish ones. Just know that eventually you'll start figuring it out when you actually have to use it in real life. Okay, so basically we have four verbs that we're talking about. Venir, which is to come. Querer, which is to want. Decir, to say or to tell. And then traer, which is to bring. These four verbs each have an irregular stem in the past tense, okay? So let's look at the first two. We're going to further subdivide these. These two are going to kind of go together, and then these two are going to go together. All right, let's go on to the next page. Okay, so if we look at the verbs venir and querer. Venir, the stem changes to VIN. Okay, so this disappears, it becomes an I. And then we have a certain set of endings for both of these verbs. Hold on, let me go back here. And then our second verb is querer. Your stem changes further. The querer changes to quis, so it doesn't even look like the same verb for the most part. Okay, so then we're going to add the endings a, iste, o, imos, isteis, ieron. We've seen these endings before, but now we're going to use them a little differently with two new verbs. Verbs that we didn't know the stems changed. Okay, so if I wanted to say, hey, I came over to your house last night, but you weren't there. Yo vine. So let's see, venir. The forms are vine. Take your stem, add your ending. Okay, tú viniste a qué hora? You came at what time? Él vino a las 7. He came over at 7. We came at 6. Vinimos. Y'all came at 6:30. Vinisteis a las 6:30. Oh, well, they came at 5. Vinieron a las 5. What was happening at your house? I have no idea. Okay, so that's the verb to come. All right, we do the same thing for querer. Querer means to want, but in the preterite, it has a further meaning. It means to try. So when you use querer in the preterite, it has this meaning, to try. So I tried my best. Yo quise. You tried. Quisiste. He tried. Quiso. We tried. Quisimos. Uh, y'all tried. Quisisteis. Oh goodness, this is really hard to write with this. And then they tried quisieron. So again, this verb stem changes completely from the original one. So just you have to remember it. It's quis. Querer becomes quis. Venir becomes vin. Okay. So, all right, got that? So that's basically about those two verbs. Just also remember these endings. They're not typical. They're not standard ER verb or IR verb endings. They're those irregular verb endings. Let's move on to the next lesson, which is the two verbs decir, which we said is to say or to tell, and traer, to bring. Okay, so what's unique about these is decir goes from, it changes its stem to this weird thing, dich, D-I-J, and traer changes its stem similarly to T-R-A-J. So both of these have a J as the last letter of the stem when you're preterite, okay? Then you pretty much use the regular ER, IR verb endings, which were sorry. Sorry, I was giving you some false information. Use the same endings as the ones above. Okay, so iste, o, imos, isteis. But here's one weird change. Instead of I-E-R-O-N, it's just E-R-O-N. Okay? Whoops. Okay. So let's try that out, shall we? Yes, we shall. So I told the truth. Yo dije la verdad. Did you tell the truth? ¿Dijiste la verdad? She told the truth. Dijo la verdad. We told the truth. Dijimos la verdad. Y'all in Spain, dijisteis la verdad. And they told. Dijeron, not dijeron, dijeron. Okay. And then we brought dinner. I brought, yo traje. Oh, I brought my swimsuit. Yo traje mi traje de baño. Yeah, the same traje is a verb that means I brought. It also means suit, okay, as a noun. So you just obviously can't use it in the same context. You use it in different contexts. Trajiste, trajo. He brought or she brought. We brought. Trajimos, trajisteis, and then trajeron. Okay, ellos trajeron sus trajes de baño. They brought their swimsuits. Okay. So there are other verbs that follow these patterns, but I'm not going to worry you with those. That is basically the lesson on these four verbs. All right. So again, venir stem is vin. Querer stem is quis. Decir stem is dich with a J. And traer stem, tra with a J. All right. We'll practice it on the next video. Gracias.